Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Knuckle Sandwich with Brandon Anderson. I am your host, of course, Brandon Anderson. And tonight we're sitting down with the number one flyweight contender in Kentucky who is fighting for his very first title this Saturday, December, man, I'm bad at my day, 7th? 7th? Yeah. December 7th at Future Fighting 5, Reloaded, fighting for that flyweight strap against a very tough guy out of Ohio as well. We're sitting down with Hugo Ponce tonight, the product of Area 502 MMA. Before we get started, I did set out a little bit of a challenge for Hugo and his fans. If they can get me to 305 subscribers by the end of this interview, then I'm going to be mailing Hugo out a free shirt. It looks like we're at 301 right now. We only need 4 more. And Hugo gets a Knuckle Sandwich shirt that maybe he can walk out with. Who knows? So hit that subscribe button. Let your guy know that you're here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in this top flyweight prospect, Hugo Ponce. Hugo, what's up, bro? How are you, man?
Greetings. How are you?
Dude, I'm doing
Doing
great.
well.
Literally just a minute ago, I was like, man, it's crazy. We did your first post-fight interview at your very first fight, and now you're fighting for a title 4 fights later. It's insane to see the growth, dude. I mean, how's the career been going? We haven't seen you since Future Fighting 2. So what's new with you, and how's training been going for this huge fight?
Training's been normal, like training. Coming to the gym, always learning, always open-minded, always quiet, listening to coaches, and building. I'm not where I want to be. I'm here, and the end goal is you can't even see my hand.
Well, I love it, and that's one of the things I want to talk about tonight for sure is that end goal, the aspirations that you have, the where do you want to go? We're going to talk about that later, but of course we've got to talk about the big topic of this week, which is this flyweight championship fight coming up on Saturday, and you've got a big test, man. I'm not going to lie, Roby Savicic isn't a can at all, man. He looks tough, undefeated just like you, and both you guys are some ground specialists. I mean, you've got 3 of your 4 wins by submission. He's got 2 of his 4 wins by submission. So the first thing I need to ask is, where do you expect this fight to be going? 2 submission specialists. Are we going to see some hands being thrown more than rolling on the ground?
Honestly, I think it's going to be a high-level fight. I think the commentators are on both sides. They're going to be like, "Wow, both of these guys are high level, and they don't look amateur at all." And as far as how it goes, who knows? Just know that I'm ready in anywhere that fight goes. Standing, kicking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all that. Just know we train it all here at Area 502. Ready for it.
100%, man. I mean, you said the commentators. I watched your last fight earlier just to freshen up, rewatch your style and all those things. And Sam Alvey was saying like that you were already kind of like 2 fights away probably from being a pro. Like you just had that it factor. You've shown the growth and your skill set. So I definitely think this is 2 pro level amateurs fighting for this belt. So you said mixed martial arts. Do you have a preference on where this fight's going to go?
Ideally, preference, me on his back, me on the backpack. But I won't be sad if I don't get there. I'll finish it any other way.
Fair enough. I mean, 2 of your 3 submissions are both by rear naked choke as well. So I mean, you've got the rear naked choke, you've got the backpack, you've got the triangle chokes. You're good off the back as well. I do need to talk about your opponent, Roby, for just a second, right? So he had this interview on Forge in Ohio, and it seemed like he had a lot of respect for you, and I'm sure it goes both ways as well too. A couple of the things that he said, he acknowledged that you are good off your back. He understands that you are a tough opponent. And he also kind of said he wants to have a fight where he throws some hands more. So do you have any responses for that? I mean, what are your thoughts on your opponent coming into this fight?
I think he's a good guy. I think it looks great on paper. 4-0, 4-0. Good dude. Nothing but respect. Afterwards, I'll give him a follow. But yeah.
You don't follow him on social media yet?
Sorry.
What?
What was the last part of that question?
I was just asking, like, what do you think about your opponent, and what do you think of his comments that he had said, wanting to throw his hands more and respects your ground game.
Yeah, who knows? It might look like Usman versus Kobe. Two good grapplers
Yeah,
just plugging it out. And if that's the case, it's gonna be a hell of a night for the fans. That's like with this fight, there's a guaranteed winner, and that's the fans. They're gonna love it, man. We're gonna put on a show. I know we will. I know he will. I know I will. And together, man, we I can't wait. Like I said, it's gonna look like two pros at it.
in my opinion, it's got fight of the night written all over it, 100%, dude. One thing that I do need to ask, I feel like this is probably going to be your toughest opponent yet. I mean, you've made the last three look pretty easy, in my opinion, all by finish. Um, do you have, or what has went into this training camp specifically for Roby himself? Have you changed anything at all, or are you just sticking to the Hugo way?
Sticking to the Hugo way. He's a good opponent, but ultimately he's just another fight in my journey. Journey being UFC, getting there, getting belt, uh, and who knows, maybe we'll see each other in the pro. But as of now, it's just another fight. No hard feelings or anything. Just go in there, do what I do best, and walk out with a belt.
It sounds like what you do best is win, man, being undefeated. So if we expect this win, what is it that what's going to be next? We go 5-0. We got a belt now. What would be next for Hugo after this fight?
Honestly, I just want, like you said, he's a tough opponent. I want every next fight after this to be tough. I want them to keep saying, "All right, this is the guy to beat him. All right, this is the guy to beat." All right, and not just me being who's next.
So I need to know what's going to be your goals after this, right? So if you go 5-0, you get the belt. Are we going pro next? Are we sticking to amateur? Maybe getting a couple tough fights. But really, like, what's your next goal after this one? I know you said you just wanted to fight harder people, but I mean, when can we expect that jump, and how high is the ceiling for Hugo?
Uh, Ceiling is very high. As far as what's next, honestly, I want to stay amateur for a while. This is it's just been a little over a year that I've been fighting. I want to at least um, be like 12-0 before I even step
Oh,
in a pro fight.
okay.
I want to be very very experienced. Where when I'm debuting, it won't really be a debut.
Sure. What goes behind that thought process? Like, is that something that you and your coaches have talked about a lot? Because I mean, that's kind of unheard of nowadays. It feels like a lot of guys get 4 or 5 fights, they get a few belts, and they're like, all right, I'm going pro immediately. So it's kind of weird to hear an amateur saying, I'm gonna get 12 fights in before I turn pro.
12 is just what I'm saying. It could be more. But
Yeah.
it goes back to what my coach says. You don't just swing a baseball bat a few times and go pro. You don't shoot a basketball a few times and then go pro. I do drywall. It took me a lot of years to become a professional drywaller. So
Yeah,
fighting as well. I gotta fight a lot before I even give myself that pro title.
understand definitely. And so, sorry. And so for you, I need to know. I mean, are you a prediction guy? Make predictions?
Sort of. It's more of a
Okay.
feeling. More of a feeling, like a
Okay.
gut feeling.
So what's the Hugo Ponce gut feeling for this fight?
It's gonna be a tough fight until it just isn't. And somehow, don't want to spoil it. Get that hand race. And honestly, every time you win, you just have this like feeling, this rush of like just like it's like now you can exhale. You're like, whew, all right, that was over. Now let me enjoy the night with the family.
A finish or decision? At least give me
Oh,
that.
it's not gonna go 5 rounds.
Oh, you guys
There's
are going 5 3-minute rounds, right?
Yeah, it's 5 rounds. It won't go
Oh,
five. It won't.
how's the gas tank? Cardio's
Gas
good.
tank is gas tank is on F.
Let's go, man. Let's go. So, other than your own, I mean, this is a big card, man. A new venue for Future of Fighting. You guys were at like 4th Street Live last time, which was
Yeah,
insane. It looked like, oh my gosh.
it.
But I remember it's at a new venue. Let me see. Do you know what the venue is? I forgot off the
Yeah,
top of my
the
head.
pavilion, triple pavilions. something like that. That's where
Okay.
I debuted at. So
Okay.
it's gonna hold really, really close to my heart to get that belt there. Full
Heck
circle, you know.
yes. That's awesome. So, is there any other fights on this card that you're excited about other than your own, of course?
I'm super excited for Murata fighting some. Who knows? Who cares? He's gonna smash him. It's my training partner. We just what we do in here. Me and Murad, it's like a joke. I'm like, hey, Murad, when me and you go, when we roll, we're just both Dagestanian, you know. So he's Turkish, but he's gonna show that there's levels, and he's debuting. Uh, I really want to watch that fight. I don't think I will. Just be in the back, you know, doing me. But like, I can't wait to see him come backstage and just big ass smile. It's gonna, fuel me even more.
Yeah.
Also, Ali. Ali's a great sparring partner. I've had him like for a lot of fights, and now he's debuting.
Dude,
Really
I
good
was
guy.
surprised seeing that. I didn't know Ali actually trained. I mean, because I've seen him do the media stuff, and I was like, oh, sweet, like another media guy. And then I see he's fighting. I'm like, holy crap, what the world?
No, Ali's a slugger. He naturally,
Damn.
just naturally speaking, fighter. That's him. Like he just like doesn't
Yeah.
stop. So like that might be fight of the night. You know, like
Okay.
it could be Ali. Just I love the dude. You know, all my
Fair.
guys.
That's the only two?
Um, yeah. Sadly, training partner of mine, Blake Alvey, could not fight. He just had something happen to him. You know,
Yeah. I saw
outside of
that, man.
fighting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one more fight from my gym is this dude called Storm Bachayev. He's a
Okay.
pro. He's fighting someone from Vision. It's gonna be a good fight, and may God give him the win. You know.
Absolutely, 100%. Well, Hugo, man, I mean, it seems like you're confident. Again, I didn't want to keep you too long tonight just because, I mean, it's fight week, right? I mean, I know you had said you're kind of prepping for the pros whenever media week comes around and things like that, but the answers that you've given tonight, it gives me all the confidence in the world that you're going to come out on top and still be undefeated and the new champ. Now, I do want to ask, we're going to do a little game here. It's just, I like to keep it light and fun. So we're going to rank these top 5 flyweights all time.
Okay.
All right. All right. Cool. Let me get my list out real quick.
I'm not on the list, right?
You're not on the list. I'm going
All
UFC
right,
guys. UFC guys. All right. We're going big pros.
cool.
And you might be. We may
And
throw you in there.
I'll tell you why too. The
All
ranking.
right. What's up? Okay. Okay. I got you. All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with the current champ, Alexandre Pantoja, 1 through 5. Where's he going?
One.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to tell me why, because I mean,
That
that's the very first guy.
he he's always in your face, and as much as it looks like he's tired, he's not tired.
Hmm.
He to me, his body language gives me, oh, he's tired. But man, he keeps up that pace for 5 rounds, and he always wins. Um, Very good jiu-jitsu guy, very good aggression. Honestly, that's why it's just like no one's been able to really like put him out, and he's always coming at you. And that jiu-jitsu just helps him so much. So good at jiu-jitsu. I hope I train with him even more. I hope I fight him one day, but he's pretty old. Probably won't be there by the time I'm there. But hey, he'll be a good mentor of me because like we're
Hey.
pretty similar build. And yeah, man, I'd love to like pick his brain.
I think I heard a commentator say that like you had mirrored him a little bit, or your fighting style mirrored his a little bit. So that's got to be pretty cool for you.
Yeah, I mean, he asked me who's my favorite fighter. I said like flyweight
Okay.
division. It's him, Pantoja, but I didn't really say I'm trying to fight like him or anything, you know.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we're gonna go with Steve Urseg, former contender.
Uh, say I'll say 4 because he's not bad, but I don't think he's up there with the rest of the names you're about to give up. He had a pretty good fight. He went all 5 rounds, but he just no one could get Pantoja out of there, and Pantoja was just doing what Pantoja does, winning round after round, and he's a good fighter. But Steve, I don't know. I need to
Fair
see
enough.
more I need to see more excitement from him, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. Understood. Next up will be Brandon Moreno. Yeah, two,
my
three, and
fellow
five left.
Mexican. Him too. I really want to talk to him because we can speak Spanish, both him and I, and I rank him at 2.
Hey,
He has a weird style. Like when you see him fight, he just looks weird. Like, but he
yeah.
wins. Hell, very good jiu-jitsu. Uh, I really like him as a person too. So maybe that's why he's very up there at the 2 spot. But as far as fighting, man, if he could beat Pantoja, man, that would have been perfect. But
Damn.
there's couldn't. Three times he beat him. Pantoja.
All right. So this list is about to get real interesting. I'm just going to throw that out there for you, okay?
Yeah.
Next up, Davison Figueiredo.
So
Number
35
25
now.
GOAT. Former 25. I said all time. I said all time.
Okay. Uh, Dang. I mean, he's not 5, so he's 3. He's really good. He's scary actually. Like when I'm watching the face-offs and I see him, I'm like, shit. Like that dude, God of War.
Man.
He's really good. He got really good striking. He has very calm. That's one thing about him. He's very calm. He's very, he's not gonna rush you. He's gonna pick his shots. He has good, you know, take down defense. Very good jiu-jitsu. And yeah, him and Brandon when they fall, it was always fireworks. So I
Oh
give
my
him
gosh.
top
Yeah.
top 3. And
Okay, this is where.
I can tell where this is going for 5.
Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson is number 5 on your list, man.
Yeah. Honestly, if I put him at 2, but we can't move him around. We can't move him around. He goes to 5, but ideally, yeah. All time he is 1, but right now, Pinto just smokes him. Sadly,
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Hey.
Like, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, he's so small. Even if Pantoja gets him in some kind of like hold, you just get out because he's so small. He's like fun size.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Brother Hugo, I mean, dude, I'm so excited for your fight this weekend, and I hope to see you out on top. I'm gonna give you a minute. Give your shout outs. Give your give all that stuff. The floor is yours, my guy.
All right. Shout out Candy Shirley, 502 Sosa. Shout out Philip Perkins Jiu Jitsu. I'm in his office right now. Shout out just the whole crew at Area 502, my family. Thanks for like always helping me and being there for me, showing up. Friends as well. They always it's always loud when I fight. Thanks to them. Really, most importantly, just like thank God because man, life is life ups and downs, but man, we're here. I'm grateful for it all. Right, just there's people in hospitals that can't do shit, and they're praying to walk. So I'm just so happy to be able to be fit to fight and go out there and show it.
100%. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch Hugo Ponce at the Triple Crown Pavilion in Louisville, Kentucky this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't get mixed up with my time. For fighting for that vacant future of fighting flyweight. Man, that's a tongue twister right there. Title.
Oh, look
It's
who just
still
walked.
undefeated and new champion. It's got to be
Look.
Phil. It's got to be Phil. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
What's happening,
up?
man? How you doing?
I'm great, brother. How are you?
I'm good. And you're hanging
Ready
out
for
with
these fights
Hugo?
this weekend? Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, we're stoked, man. We're ready to rock. Hugo's ready to go. All the guys are ready to go. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you getting him on. He works hard.
Always. I think Hugo's got to be one of my favorite guys up there in Louisville now. So I mean, anytime I can get Hugo on, I got to get him on.
Appreciate that a lot, man. Keep an eye on him and keep an eye on him this Saturday for sure. Appreciate your support.
Sir, yes, sir. And still undefeated, ladies and gentlemen. I'm calling it now. Hugo Ponce, future fighting flyweight champion this Saturday. Let's go. Hugo, thank you, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. I'll remember that you gave me my first interview, so in the future, I'll give you even more.
Deal.